It's tabletop time.
I'm Jazza.
I'm Dave.
I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Rob.
And we're picking up where we left off in Harry Potter. No, in Hogwarts first class.
First class.
Who is Harry? Harry nothing.
Yeah.
More like, who is he, Potter?
Yeah. Don't know.
Good one.
1,000 years from now, we might find out.
Wow. So, picking up where we left off, we're coming back from the school holidays for our third part
In a world
of 3.
Of
Yeah, you'd be
historical
better at doing the intro.
inaccuracies. And you just have to accept that. It's Harry Potter.
We'll just claim every episode.
It's all nonsense. Half the stuff is pulled from fantasy, which is J.K. Rowling's universe, and which is nonsense.
And who's to say Merlin didn't just use a time turner to go back 500 years before his birth?
Later. Nah.
No?
Not doing that.
Okay.
Nah. Sorry. Merlin was born in like 10-something in my universe. It's J.K. Rowling's universe. Whatever. We're getting bogged into nonsensical stuff. So, what was your highlight? You know what? This is how we're doing the recap. You ready?
Yeah.
Nicholas,
Yes.
what was your highlight from your last semester at Hogwarts?
I turned a stick into a sword, and Wiley helped me turn it into a metal stick, and Merlin helped me craft it into a nice pointy sword. It's rough around the edges, but I think with a little work and polish, it's got potential.
All right. Liam, what was your favourite thing about your first semester at Hogwarts?
It'd definitely be when I got Batman in the bubble-headed spell and popped it underwater.
I'm remembering now how much I hate Liam. It's all coming flooding back.
And Wiley, what was your favourite thing from your first semester at Hogwarts?
Getting to not be in the slums anymore and learn more magic and more about potions.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, they had some adventures. You've watched them. It's part 3. Why we go and watch them if you haven't watched them? It's part 3. Come on. All right. So we will set our scene and open our scene as you have all arrived through various means, magically assisted or otherwise, to arrive back at Hogwarts. And you have just had a welcome feast to welcome you back to the second semester. And you're effectively heading back to the common rooms.
What a lovely meal that was. Oh, they don't put cooking on like that during the holidays for the people they keep here.
Oh, I didn't even eat hardly anything during the holidays.
Well, I suppose with all your potions, it would have been a lot more drinking, eh?
Yes.
He said creepily. Yes.
And around you, the corridor shifts and bends. There's a jostle as you all shake slightly, and the corridor just and bends and twists and connects to another part of the school in front of you.
Whoa, is this a new feature?
It's a little thing I've been noticing. It happened at the end of last semester, says Merlin. I think, well, the teachers, they keep changing the place to suit their whims, but they don't seem to ask each other. So it just shifts around every now and then.
That's odd.
Oh.
Makes it. What if I wanted to go where it was going? It's going to make getting to class a little inconvenient.
And for a little bit of context that you will never find out, in my world, that is why the shifting corridors and staircases at Hogwarts exist. From like 100 years of hardcore magic of early eccentric professors just like casting spells and rerouting
I want this
corridors.
flow of traffic.
No, I need to go this way, and they just reroute the
And then
corridor.
they all die, but it's still doing
because
that.
the magic just slowly seeped into all of the building,
I
and
love
eventually
it.
it all just stays that way.
That's great.
So
It's great.
you're heading down this corridor, and there's probably like half the students going this way. You're all included, including you, Liam. And
We're stuck with Liam.
through the wall pops a ghastly apparition holding a ghastly suitcase
What's that?
or travelling trunk.
Is that a ghost?
I don't know. It looks like one.
Who are you all?
We're students.
It swoops down and like ghostly mist floats away from it, gets down to your level.
Who are you?
A ghost real?
What? Do I look real, lad?
I've never seen one before.
And any of you can make a. Do any of you have any historical knowledge? Anyone learned? Not you, Plod.
No.
Anyone else? maybe a little bit. I'll say that Liam's probably more. Oh no, you're an English boy. You both, Liam and Wiley, can make an intelligence check with a challenge level for your education level. I'm actually just going to vary it. Yours is 2. Yours is 3. Your challenge level. Almost. And what's Liam gonna do? 2 successes with the challenge level 2. So, Liam, you recognize his attire to be something you've seen in historical depictions of very early English history, but specifically Roman influence. So he appears to be dressed in Roman attire, ancient Roman attire, and he sort of billows down before you and he says, "Me, I am Gallus Hermina. Pleasure to meet you all."
Gallus, where are you from?
Well, this land, or thereabouts, I've been haunting the bastard Scots for, well, a long time. Till I noticed this place pop up on my neck of the woods.
So you don't like Scots?
Well, they killed me, didn't they?
Yeah, well, watch out for that one. He might kill you a second time.
They didn't take kindly
point at
to
Liam.
our lessons of currency and order and...
Scottish enough for me to want a ghost to deal with you. He's from the... Is that Isle of Man? Is that people said is halfway between?
Well, it's kind of irrelevant because they would have spoken Gaelic and it was a whole mess wildly irrelevant because none of these accents would be being spoken. You'd be speaking Gaelic. Yeah. You guys would be speaking some kind of proto-English.
Gotcha. So we're pretending.
Yeah. None of you are speaking Latin. It's all a mess.
What brought you in here? How did...
I sensed a wellspring of energy, I guess. It's hard to explain to those still bound to the mortal realm.
Oh, it's good to know there's something after, you know.
Well, I don't know so much if there is.
What's it like being, well,
Dead.
like that? What, I'm trying to be polite.
You
don't have to go say it directly.
Oh, he knows.
It's much the same, but I don't need to use the bathroom anymore.
That sounds all right.
Can you still fart?
Really?
They're 11-year-olds.
He grins. He grins his portly smile. He seems entertained by the youth. He's like, I could attempt it.
Oh, no. Good opener.
And he seems to struggle for a moment, and then he says, "Alas, no. The wind has escaped me. And not in the way I'd intended."
Can you, like, move stuff with your mind or with your essence?
Oh, when I feel particularly... no, I can't.
Oh.
I can complain.
What else can
I can
you do?
whinge. Those damn Scots. Anyway, you look like you're off somewhere. Where are you headed?
Off to class? Well, from a feast. Are we going... Wait.
You're going to dorms.
Off to dorms.
Yeah.
Well, is there anywhere for me to stay? I think I might take up residence here.
Sure. I mean, does he have to ask a professor or something?
I wouldn't ask us. Maybe someone else.
Let me find your dorms. And then he just whooshes down the corridor away from you.
Well, that was an eventful walk away from a meal.
Dude.
I'm going to say this whole time I've got my head buried in a book.
You're just not noticing a ghost.
Yeah, I'm legit studying.
Okay, cool. You press...
Shifty
I
eyes.
told you, like, he spent his entire Christmas holiday studying because he wants to beat you. And that trend has not stopped.
Oh, God.
All right.
You travel on for a couple of minutes until you reach where you would find your resting place. And suddenly, the doorway that you usually go through is obstructed by a rather large painting.
What's this about? What's the painting of?
It's a painting of an old like trade post with lots of goods and coins and things like that.
It seems like with every addition to this castle, they're introducing interruptions to getting from point A to point B.
Indeed.
No! And a head pops out of it. That was me. And you see this like ghostly aura floating around the painting.
It's the same ghost.
It's the same one. It's the only ghost at Hogwarts at this stage. It's Gallus. He's currently the only ghost at Hogwarts, the first one to arrive. He seems to have been like a Roman taxman or something that was in England post, in late Roman era.
Why is there a painting in front of the dorm room?
I've taken to possessing it.
Well,
why?
Can you let us in?
I've decided that my new goal in life might be to extract amusement from obstructing students from their learnings. Oh. You're all learning the wrong stuff anyway.
Well, what's the right stuff to you then?
Stuff of the Empire, boy.
All right, go on, teach me.
Let's see if you can pass my riddle then, lad.
Oh, great. Go on, out with it.
What is half of 9?
Oh, I haven't learned to count yet. Does that come before or after the magic? I look pleadingly at Wiley and Merlin.
He said it was a riddle, so I feel like it's a trick question.
Half of 9.
Knee.
9. 9?
This is a question of numeracy, not literacy, boy. But I can see from your head buried in a book that you're probably more interested in that.
I get that joke because I learnt how to spell. Sort of.
Merlin?
You're not allowed in until you answer my riddle. 4.5 is wrong.
Oh, great.
What is
Conjurus Bedicus? And I attempt to conjure something soft to sleep on.
You completely lack the capabilities as a first-year wizard.
Opinus Paintingus!
Don't point that stick at me, boy. Now,
Staphicus Uicus!
Maybe you'll get this one. What's half of 11?
So, Merlin, you know how to count. Help us out here.
He looks like so self-satisfied.
Wiley.
I don't know.
Liam, I don't suppose you're willing to,
I use it 6.
One of you knows how to count properly rather than chicken scratchings on the paperwork. 6, of course.
Wait.
And then the painting, opens to the side.
I might say something about that if I knew how to count, so I'm not gonna.
You see Merlin's head down in the book and he's scribbling away.
Oh, he's not here. Okay,
Merlin
sorry.
is with you, but he's he's furiously, and he's just like, oh, is it? And then he turns his piece of paper to you, and you see that he's drawn the Roman numerals for 11, and then he's drawn a line through it, and the top half of it is VI, because it's XI for 11, and the top half is VI. And
Did you know that?
He
You clever bastard!
Rob/Liam worked it out.
God damn it. You're too clever for your own good.
And a voice.
That's why I like playing dumb characters.
A voice from behind that you hadn't noticed had entered the area and was watching intently says, "Excellent deduction, as expected from one of mine, Liam. 5 points to Slytherin."
Hey, thank you, sir.
And then wanders off. And yes, you go into your dorms, and it seems that slowly more magic is being attracted to Hogwarts. It becomes like a locus point over time, and weird things and wondrous things just slowly collect there. And the first ghost has joined the cast.
Gallus.
And the next
Roman ghost.
The next day, you have some basic, getting accustomed and unpacking your stuff, but the next day is your first class. And you are going to meet with all of the teachers in the common hall. And you arrive, and Godric Gryffindor stands before you. And he says,
Everyone, today's lesson is of the utmost importance. You, under our guidance, of course, shall be recovering things taken from our community. Remember, you are apprentices all, and you must be taught how to function in Muggle society, as well as our own. So this we are calling the Muggle Artifact Rescue Mission.
That sounds appropriate, I guess.
I would like you all to split into groups of 3, and we will then organize you based on the mission we'll be going on with you.
I just like put my arm around Wiley and Merlin and like scowl at Liam.
Not paying attention.
Yeah, of course. You've been asked to organise into groups of 3. Are you still looking at your book? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, at that stage, put your damn book down, boy! And listen to your teachers.
Inattentiveness, that would be 5 points from Slytherin, surely.
Sorry, sir.
Without a doubt.
Now, get yourself into groups. Now, they're just like into a group. A couple of the Hufflepuffs, the other 2 Hufflepuffs and one of the Gryffindors, so Bryeth, and just go into a group of 3. Have you got any particular...
Morgan and whoever else falls in line with
Morgan that. And one of Morgan's closest lackeys are quite content. They kind of like beckon you over and draw you together. And...
they're all bad news, that lot.
Oh, yes.
And you're all grouped together, and just before Gryffindor starts to speak again, Slytherin speaks up. And he says, I disagree with these groupings, Godric. It's such a crutch to lean on bonds of friendship rather than your own damn talent. So no, I don't think we'll be keeping this chummy one together with those who might uplift them to higher standards. Merlin, my bright boy, come over here. And he beckons, and Merlin leaves your group. And he says, no, you two should work on your own merits. But perhaps, who should I put with? Well, perhaps one of yours needs to learn how to goddamn cooperate. You there, Liam, you're with them.
Hi, sir.
And Liam traipses over to you two.
We're stuck with this one. He's pretending to not pay attention, so...
Before he comes
I think we could say anything, really, and he
I
wouldn't...
didn't want this any more than you did. Too low. Gotta go up.
you do fine. Yeah. Well, let's see about that.
Just what do you mean by that?
I'm not sure. I said it before I actually sort of thought what it...
Anyway...
You don't want this any more than we do, but I'm saying we don't want this more than you don't. And
I think it will be maybe okay.
Make
Maybe.
perception checks. Challenge level 2.
Success!
Hey!
4.
Nailed it. All right, you all notice that the teachers suddenly pull together. Rowena comes in and starts hurriedly talking to the teachers. And briefly after, they separate again. And Godric says, "There's been a change of plans. Unfortunately, one of the artifacts has fallen from our grasp. There'll be 3 groups now. Groups of 4. I'll take you 3 and... Adwin, come here." Adwin. And he beckons over a Gryffindor student, who is a girl with a blonde bowl cut sort of like a friar's cut, and then shaved down the rest of it. She is built.
You said Gryffindor?
Yes. Yeah. You don't know much about her.
A tough lass.
And she rocks up. And very, very odd for a girl to have like a friar's cut like that. And
Are you a farmer, Adwin?
no, not a farmer.
Oh, sorry, you sort of built like...
I'm a knight.
You're a knight?
Well, a squire.
Nice.
They have knights our age.
Well, a squire. Well, I mean, until the other ones dobbed me in.
Dobbed you in for what?
Well, not being a boy.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rubbish. Anyway, we don't care about that, do we? Wizards are great.
Cool.
My mum was a wizard.
Hey, do you know sword play?
Yeah.
I whisper, I'm like, don't tell anyone, but I've got a sword.
And she whips this, like, explorer's backpack off and starts rooting around in it. Meanwhile, what's Liam doing?
Continuing to pretend
Watching
to
the
ignore it.
teachers or studying
cool.
if I think I can get away with it.
You probably can slip into your boat. And she pulls out a wooden training sword from her bag and she's like, ha! I've got this!
Wow! How do I get one of those? Wait, I've already got an actual sword.
Well, your
But I
sword's
guess
kind
that's
of like
better for
janky, right?
practice.
Currently.
Hey, it's rough around the edges.
Maybe we can turn it into an actual sword.
We did that with a stick in the forest.
Yeah.
We could start a production line. I feel like there's a business in this somehow. Anyways, I digress.
A big swooping set of arms like pulls you all in and then says, all right, we ready to go?
Sure are, Mr.
Hey, let's get
Sir
on with
Grip,
this.
Lord Grip. What do we call you, sir?
Ah!
Master?
You're my apprentices, yes? Well, you're all our apprentices. You can call me Sir.
Yes, sir.
Like, we're all family here. You can call me Mr. You know, like Mr. Gryffindor. All right, so he says, we are going deep into Muggle society. Put on your best, well, your most appropriate attire. None of the wizard frock.
That's
Okay.
easy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you have time to get
into-
changed. You
Yep.
get changed into commoner's clothes.
Yeah.
Commoner's clothes.
Slummy, commoner.
Kind of like
Yeah.
low-level noble vagabond.
Cool. Okay, I'll say you've got that. And yes, Adwin rocks up with basically like squires. She's got like a doublé on, like a padded training jacket for being bashed with a sword.
Cool.
And you do note that she is incredibly androgynous when she's dressed up as this, and would have easily passed as a knight squire.
Cool.
And she's just like, she's probably bigger than all of you, but not as not taller than you. She's like, all right, I'm good to go. And Godric says, let's operate. And he pulls out his wand and you all
Yay!
are stomach churningly teleported away.
We're going on an adventure
I hate that
I
feeling.
love adventures.
of apparition.
Oh, it's terrible.
And
what was that?
poof, you pop back into reality just in time to hear dung, dung, dung of a bell ringing and the rushing of water. You are in a small grain storage cupboard, like pot and grain storage cupboard, all hustled together.
Why are we in a cupboard?
Well, you don't just go about teleporting into the middle of a town.
Wow.
Scare a person after death.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now,
Hey, and God forbid you teleport on top of them.
can you guess where we are?
Well, from the sound of that bell, church.
Yes, we're right near the Westminster. St.
that?
Peter's Church.
Is this where the king is?
Well, I mean, he's on Thorny Island and his new palace, but no, it's the Minster.
What's a minster? Westminster.
You know, it's a church. It's a big
It's a
church.
big church.
Big
Yeah,
church
yeah,
full of
no,
monks.
Abbey.
It's an abbey, yeah.
Who's Abbey?
It would go on to become, once it was burnt down and was rebuilt, it eventually became Westminster Abbey in
Yeah.
London. But at that time,
That's
it was
where
known as St.
the
Peter's Church.
coronations happen
Yeah,
and stuff. Yeah,
but at that time, it was St. Peter's Church.
yeah, gotcha.
It's just been refurbished by the current king.
Are we going to church?
You're in one of the largest
sir?
population centres in England.
And speaking of church, how does that all tie in? Magic and God and all that?
Yes. And anyway, we're in the city. And what we have to do is go and get an artifact. One that was taken from us, from the church. Now I'm with you.
Well, what are we looking for? Yeah, give us a description so we can keep our eyes peeled.
It is like a golden egg.
Golden egg.
A small
gold.
golden egg created by a great wizard before our time. As a means of practicing the school of archery.
Oh, Ian, how exactly does this egg work?
Well, it is possessed of a great levitation and flight charm, but it moves about rapidly on wings in the sky, and one with particular talent can train themselves to fire an arrow at a moving target, strike it from the sky.
Wow, sounds like you make that into some sort of game.
No time for such frivolity. This is an important item.
Right, of course. Mystical flying egg. Where do we start, sir?
Well, that is for you. I will be here to guide you and see how well you can adapt to Muggle culture, sneak in, and steal my damn egg.
Where was it last seen?
Somewhere in there. It was last seen on the possession of a young Mikhail.
Mikhail.
Yes, as he was burned at the stake.
Right.
That's
I jump out of the cupboard and start running around
Yeah.
looking for Mikhail. Wait, looking for a steak that was recently burned.
He bursts out of the room. He bursts out of the room.
cupboard.
You're on this like the riverside. The Abbey's not too far by. There's a couple of poor sort of people washing some laundry by the riverside. And yeah, you bustle out.
I run up to the people by the riverside and say, "Where's the communal steak? You know where they burn like witches?"
Oh,
I sort of stopped myself in my tracks there for a second.
Well, you see, they're generally made to order, like, because they're generally burned down with the witch, don't they?
Where they set him up?
Well, sometimes it's in the square, sometimes it's right in front of the church.
Right, and I run to the square. Wait, and I stop and come back. I'm like, "Where's the square?"
oh. Well, you see, it's just there. And he points in front of the church.
And I run to in front of the church and
What are you two
shouting to
doing?
myself, "I won't let that Liam
keep my
get ahead of me this time."
Okay, so you sprint over there. And you're keeping your distance. What are you doing, Wiley?
I'll follow Mr. Plod.
Hurry, keep up, Wiley!
I'm coming.
So you bustle out and you're just...
Yeah.
I'll stick with
I got long
Adwin
legs,
and
so-
Godric.
Godric's like,
So what's the grand plan, then? Well, they run off like chickens with no heads.
Hey, well, any good plan needs a distraction, especially when you're trying to steal something back.
Yes, well,
I just hope they don't get themselves hurt.
wise.
don't worry about that! And she whips out her sword. Adwin's just like, I've got them! Wait. Do you need me to stop them? Or are we letting them run around?
Oh, look at that look on your face, you cheeky shit.
I'm just not sure how to answer it.
Great, we left the person with the sword in Liam's control.
No, I'm more worried about you guys being idiots.
Sure,
Because if you screw up, then you screw my chances as well.
or we beat you.
Yeah.
We're a team.
Yeah.
Are we?
Are we? Were we a team when you stabbed me in the back before, Liam? Just you wait. You'll get your comeuppance.
You're the one with the sword.
All right.
Maybe keep up with it and make sure they don't do anything stupid.
Okay, so a doer, that's a patron. That's a supporter. And an artist. Adwin, that's a very similar name. You just cut that out. No, you're not going to. Okay, Adwin charges after them, but with slight bit more like regard for. She sheaths the sword and like looks left and right and sort of bustles up after you, and then rocks up behind you. What are you doing?
Gonna find out where because the person who was burned at the stake stole the egg, and if we find out where that happened and look around, if it rolled out of his pocket.
No, I think that the people who burned him took the egg.
Right. So we look for someone important close to the town square. It all makes sense.
She just like look. Oh, sorry, you go.
I think we should go in the church.
Yeah. So Adwin just like looks up to the right to the like massive steep of the St. Peter's Church and just like gestures towards the church. Usually, the church does the burnings.
Right. And they have lots of things with
Yes.
wings all over the church.
Wow.
It all makes sense
And
now.
gold.
Yeah.
Let's go.
By now, if you're just walking, you've caught up to them. They're having that discussion at the entrance of the church.
Do I have money?
Probably a few. You would probably have wizard money, but actually,
Would it
at
just
this
be
time,
gold?
it would just be gold and silver. So
Yeah.
it probably isn't stamped with the right stamps, but no one would really care.
Do I have much?
Destiny roll. Yes,
Why? That was
you are
20.
rich, but by a child's standards, you have wealthy pocket money. So like, you could buy any common items you'd need in the town, but you couldn't go and buy like a house. What?
Commerce.
Oh, points.
Oh, commerce
relative.
is irrelevant.
Yeah.
You don't. It's
Because that's sort of like
anything a
adventurous
child
stuff,
could
yeah.
reasonably buy in the city in a day. No hassles.
Okay.
Anything more you might be able to afford, but you wouldn't be able to buy because they'd be like, "Where are your parents?" So yeah, you're pretty much set for whatever you need to buy.
I'm getting antsy being near Liam because I was trying to get ahead of him to get this thing
He
first.
catches up.
So I look at Wiley and I'm like, just keep a sharp eye out for the gold egg because if we get it first, then we'll get more house points and Liam will be blushing out of embarrassment at the end of the year.
Hey, so what's the plans, gents?
It's a bustle of people walking into the church and out of the church.
I say to Liam, the egg is most definitely outside the church. I got someone from town told me they saw it. Oh, this is deception.
That is deception.
Yeah. Oi, 4! I'm saying it very convincingly.
What's my contested one?
It's perception.
Perception.
Oh, critical. You got 4.
Yeah, but it goes to the defender.
Yeah. Bummer.
Hey, if
shouldn't.
that's so, you can take the inside. I'll have a look around the outside.
Shouldn't go to the defender.
That's what I did.
It does, but it shouldn't, because then it's unbalanced. We've already dealt with this in a coach.
We're still going through the stuff. Plus, perception is going to naturally be lower
Can I-
anyway.
I'm
because
happy
it's
to take
clear.
it.
What's your?
Could I
What's
have
your?
no
Do you
deception?
have intelligence?
Yeah, one.
No. Oh.
So in this context, you
Could
have
only
equal sway.
get 3. So I rolled too many dice.
No, you didn't.
Did I?
No, because you've only got one attribute, so it doesn't matter. It's as if you're both trained, so it was fine.
No, I
so
was
in
gonna
that case, you win.
Yeah, but I said I'll take it. Like, hey, I'll do a search on the outside.
Okay, cool.
This is weird. He's acting like a team player. He's up to something. He's trying to trick me till he gets me guard down, and then he's gonna
Let's
pop
go.
pop my
And I just pull
bubble
you
again,
mid-sentence.
so to speak. Let's go.
You just pull in mid sentence. Yes, cool. Adwin comes with you, and you're going into the church.
Yep.
All right. So outside the church, what's going on? What are you looking for?
I would like to do a scout at the perimeter, see if there's any other entrances or exits.
Okay. It is going to take you like 5 minutes to go around this whole place. It's big. So it's basically the major church. Then there's the abbeys with the monks, like where they all live and their various buildings, and it's kind of built in like a square. But the church part that's public is there, and then there's like the other 3 sides of the square are all the monkey buildings where they do learnings and teachings and such. I know words. I'm not a historian.
The monkey buildings.
The monkey building.
I had a bit of like dissonance there. I'm like, what?
That's where they keep the monkeys from Africa. They
Yeah,
bring them in.
Can I do a lap around the outside, keeping an eye out
Sure.
for potentially the egg as well?
There are
as-
multiple entrances and exits, and absolutely no sign of the egg. It's definitely not outside.
That's fine.
Don't even need to roll perception. There are multiple entrances and exits, though. You guys rush inside. Wiley, you're leading the charge.
I look for any signs of shiny gold things and potential places.
You see a swinging. It's probably
Sensor.
completely inaccurate to the time period, but I don't know because I'm not a historian. So deal with it. They're swinging like a little church censer with some burning incense that's got the catch of gold to it. There's a few bits of gold on like candlesticks and plinths. It's not crazy opulent, but there are. It is one of the nicest churches. Holy, holy, holy. This man's like walking along. There's choir voices singing.
Is Godric around?
You can't see him. He's slinked away. Or he's cast invisibility on himself and is watching you from the shadows.
Sort of like, reverently sort of walk up to the altar as far as I'm aware is culturally okay.
Yeah, you know religion.
Yeah.
You've probably never been in a church this fancy, but you've been to church.
I go up and sort of do the whole like kneel and the sign of the cross and whatever it is and use the chance to be in the middle of the church and look around. Cool. The Abbey.
Make a perception check.
Challenge level.
It's perception. I always feel like it's got a scale to what you roll. 3. So you're in a vaulted ceiling cathedral. 2 rows of pews up there. There's the whole plinth and all that stuff. Various items, but nothing that seems to be reminiscent of a small golden ball. Mostly like the golden items would be like a candlestick. There's probably like a sword cast in gold and a shield maybe, but beyond that, no, not in this area.
I don't see anything, I whispered to Wiley.
Is the guy still swinging incense?
There's a bunch of monks in the building.
Yeah. One that looks approachable. Can I go to?
Sure.
Excuse me, sir. I heard there's incredible artifacts around here.
You hear an almost creaking sound as the man bends down to your level, revealing the bald top of his head. And he says, "Yes?
Well, are they available to maybe see? Because I was told they're amazing, beyond belief."
Yes. Yes, make a perception check.
What an odd thing for a monk to say.
Persuasion
check. No successes. 2 successes. Okay.
Oh boy. The gifts and blessings and wondrous artifacts of the church are plain to be seen around you. See there? The cross and such.
What was his check for deception?
That was his first... No, the defensive roll. It was perception against persuasion.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was not persuaded.
The more consecrated and precious artifacts are held out of sight of the common man.
What if I have an artifact to give the church? Then can I maybe find a place for it with the other artifacts?
And I'm like starting to signal to Wiley, like,
What have you boys got?
And looks at the 3 of you.
What artifact do you have? Do you have some kind of morning stone bread with the moulding of our Saviour in it?
yes.
Show me.
If you can show me there's a worthy place to put this precious artifact, I'll go get it. But until then, I need to know it's going to be worth it.
Boy, I wasn't born this century. I must evaluate the quality of the artifact.
I must evaluate the quality of the artifact. Shelves. I need to know it's going to be in safe hands.
Shit of an
Destiny
11 roll.
roll.
You come into the church, this place of God, and question the sanctity of the shelving used to hold his most precious artifacts.
My father was a carpenter. I'm very fussy. Deception. Oh shit!
You will fall.
Yes. Well, no, I'm lying, so that's why I'm rolling.
2 versus 2. He clips you the back of his hand. I just realised they probably would do that all the time. They would have no sense of like what is appropriate. So he just like smacks you in the back of his head, not really hard, but he's
Yeah.
like, "Boy, your insolence is unacceptable."
So, yes.
I'm sorry, sir.
Monk.
We'll go and get the artifact, bring it back.
And show me.
Yes, of course.
Go.
Yes.
Go now.
Yes.
Is it
And go to like a private
Wait.
place.
we could make that artifact. Hiding around the corner, and I'll like sort of peer around. Is there?
By now you've
Yeah.
entered the building, but you're hiding around the corner.
We can
peering around.
pass back to.
Yeah.
We'll pass back to Liam walking in the front door.
Do I know anything about religion?
Assuming you're walking in the front door.
I was going to wait till they came out because
Okay.
they got kicked out.
So they're
So
not
you say
leaving
us-
there.
He sees us walk out. We go around the corner.
Oh, you go around the corner outside. Okay.
Yeah, that's what.
After
So
a momentary pause, I'll follow them around the corner.
peer around looking for like a marketplace or something. Like
Sure.
Yeah.
And you find a marketplace.
okay, trying to be really obscure and waiting for the right moment when eyes are turned the other way.
Make a stealth check.
Great.
Challenge level versus perception. Challenge level 1. 1 success. Okay.
So as sneakily as possible, Accio bread.
Okay, spellcasting check.
Yep.
The high distance, challenge level is going to be 3. It's an easy, simple enough thing, but it's a long way away.
Okay. Is this charms or just generic?
I can't. You know what?
What did he actually want?
Accio bread.
He just wanted
It's a charm.
Yeah, he wants to make
Yay!
the mouldy bread.
We'll make it. We'll make an artifact.
Yeah, yeah.
Boom.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Bread shoots across, attracting the attention of the storekeeper. That this bread just shoots up his table, flies like 100 meters, and then
Duck
football
around the
into
corner.
your hand.
Like, all right, you ready? And I flip it over to the back sort of side where it would be burnt naturally. And I'm like, who's good at? Well,
You currently have just seen him summon bread. You have no idea what they're doing.
What the hell are you doing?
all right, I'll let you in on the plan. We're gonna make an artifact to convince them the Lord has brought us to them, so they bring us to their artifacts. So if we make like a picture of Christ on the back of the bread and show them, they'll take it to the other artifacts, and we can get the egg where they keep the artifacts. It's brilliant, trust me. Who can draw a picture of Christ?
I can try.
Ready, go. I'm holding the bread.
About religion.
What?
Do I know anything about
You
religion?
know a decent amount. You're
Really?
Yeah. Unless you're, well,
Can
you
I-
choose. Are
will I
your
use
family atheist or not religious?
They'd know enough communally that everyone is
yeah, okay.
religious. All right, Wiley, give it your best go. Like, make your,
Should I try it with magic? Or
well, yeah, like use your one to make, like, heat it up, like soldering, like, wait, does soldering exist? Like a hot poker. Like holding this bread. You're gonna have to cast something to make your wand hot and to like burn into the bread and draw a bad
At
picture.
this point, I'll walk away from the church.
Okay. You,
Scorchus Predicus.
okay. It's going to get it again. It's going to be to draw a face on it at your level of wizardry. It'll be quite skilled. Challenge level 3.
With
It's you're transforming it to a
right,
burnt
yeah,
state.
cool.
So that is his skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2. Come on, use a destiny
yeah,
point.
yeah, we'll use this.
You gonna use destiny?
No, I don't have any left.
You don't have any left. There is a hot toasting sound, and then Adwin leans in, grabs the loaf, and just like takes it off your hands, snaps it in half, and just starts eating it.
That was our relic.
Well, you ruined it anyway.
Well,
It's good. And offers you some.
I'll definitely take some.
how else are we going to convince them
Start
to
eating
let
bread.
us into their
Maybe
precious...
Liam's got a plan, she says. If you need me to hit someone, or if you need me to hit them, and she pulls out her wand with magic.
Wait, I mean, that's a likely way to get burnt at the stake, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
really, we're treading on dangerous territory here. Going into, a church and showing that we're witches and wizards, probably not good look.
I'm a knight.
Well, you're also a witch, right?
No.
You don't have magic,
Well, I do.
but you have a wand.
I'm a knight.
But you're like a witch knight.
No. A knight.
Yeah, with magic.
Yes.
Yeah, so it doesn't make a difference to them. They'll still burn you at the stake, and they're not going to call you a knight.
They would never take me alive.
I mean, she's got gumption, I'll give her that.
I really just wish we had that bread.
You've got the bread. You're eating it.
Why are you eating our artifact?
Because he cooked it. He failed the test and just cooked the whole thing.
Turns
The whole
it into
thing
toast.
Yeah, the whole thing just turned into toast. Yeah, that's why she broke it in half. Because there was like this
Crunch.
brief image of her face, and then it just went poof over the whole thing. And it's like, well, that's done.
Liam, I sort of say as he's...
I already walked off. The second you like pulled out a wand to start burning the toast,
I like trudge around the
What's
corner.
Liam doing?
I'm going in the church.
Okay. You trudge around the corner to see his tail flop in.
I follow.
Tail coats, whatever.
I follow behind.
In the church, what does Liam do?
Is there any side corridors I can walk down?
Yeah, there's two. There's one further along, yeah. You can kind of head down them.
Yeah. I'm trying to get lost in the church.
You slip away into the abbeys.
What's he up to?
Do you keep following him?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to get you all to make stealth checks. Which you'll
2.
only fail if you roll nothing, because I rolled nothing.
Oh.
That was close.
1. Oh, that was close.
That microphone just completely collapsed.
It did. Nice.
All right. You all slip away into the abbey, the cloisters, and all that stuff. All the religious church building terms that I'm not really that familiar with.
I follow Liam around the corner.
All right.
What's he up to?
I think he's thinking about pasta. What is Liam doing?
I'm looking for a suitably well-secured room where I think they might be storing goods. Valuable goods.
Make one of those sweet perception rolls.
Give you a challenge level on this one because it's static. Challenge level 2. And he fails.
Oh, Destiny.
Yeah. All right. Liam manages to find a chamber that seems to hold some fairly significant religious relics. And sneaking up to the doorway, the quad of you. What? You're duo trio. What do you say for 4 people?
Quartet.
The quartet.
Ah,
The
well done.
quartet of children arrive at the entrance and kind of do that like comical like heads around the corner based on height. So it'll be you two low and then Adwin and Wiley high.
We're like this far away from wearing a shared trench coat.
Yeah. And inside the room you see 3 monks bowed and praying in the room in quiet sort of meditation. And there's sort of this like all these relics and stuff kept away here. Some have been kept out for cleaning. Some of them are behind like iron bars that look like they're sort of been kept away from everyone else. But above you can see a couple of chandeliers hanging down lighting the place. And on the far wall, up high, there's all these sort of spots where people can put things. And in one of them there's a little plinth and you can see a little golden ball on it.
Nicholas,
Yeah.
I have a shrinking potion.
You have a what?
A shrinking potion.
Really?
Yes. Pre this session,
Yes.
I have vetted a list of things he has taken from his parents' shop of potions.
Wow.
Do you
How small do you get?
I don't know, but I think we should maybe try.
That's so crazy. It just might work. Wait, who's going to drink it?
Well, I figure I'm the tallest, so it may make me the smallest, but
Is that how it works?
I don't know. Maybe the smallest.
He doesn't
if
know
the
how the
smallest takes
potion
it-
works.
That only makes him shrink
Then-
like a quarter of an inch.
If the smallest takes it, then maybe they'll maybe go the smallest. I don't know.
Well, that would make more sense to me, but maybe I'm wondering about practicality, like how are you at climbing? Imagine imagine that wall is the side of a table. Like, are you confident you could climb up there? I look over at Adwin, I'm like, do you think you could climb that? And I point at the bookcase and I say, if you were, and I sort of signal smaller.
Yep.
Bottoms up. And I signal over from
I
Wild.
ain't drinking that.
Oh.
What?
I don't know where it's been.
What,
My
in a
parents.
potion shop.
They're very professional.
You have some.
Is there enough for all of it? How much potion? Is there be enough for one person, surely?
Oh,
You'll see, but you don't know. He's not professional enough to know. He just has taken the potion.
Why don't you have some? And then if you're not small enough, you could have some more.
well, I do have another idea.
What's that? I quite like this shrinking idea. It's quite fun.
I have an aging potion.
That's irrelevant. That doesn't make any sense. Why
can-
would you? What's the point?
We could be a monk.
But then have you got a de-aging potion? And at that, do you have a growing potion?
Oh.
I'm starting to be a little concerned about this potion approach.
Potions is a fairly new concept. You've had potions classes, but they've been really basic stuff, like how to prepare ingredients.
Do you have a way to reverse a shrinking potion? Really?
I
At
think
least
it's
with...
temporary.
If one of you shrinks, I'll throw you up there.
That's what I was thinking.
Who's up for it? I mean... Liam, you're, used to being thrown around by dragons, ain't you?
Hey, that's true, but I'm definitely not going to have any of that spill he's made.
Well, if I have to be the brave one, and I'm not even a Gryffindor, and I reach out, I'm like, it's you or me.
Well, would you prefer me or you?
Maybe we should let fate decide.
Okay.
And I like spin my wand. I'll just roll the dice, but like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3
Okay.
is you, 4, 5, 6 is me. 3. I'm like,
Wiley,
well,
drink your own swill.
All right. I go on.
You chug it?
Yeah. I chug
Destiny
all
does.
of it.
You drink the whole.
Oi, 18.
That was almost a 2. You drink the whole thing, and very rapidly he just goes boop, 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 and shrinks down to like 3 inches tall.
With his clothes, I'm assuming.
Yes, with his clothes still attached. They shrink. Everything you're carrying in possession
3
shrinks
inches.
with
He's
you.
like a G.I. Joe.
He's like this big.
Wow! What's that like? I say, like, I
And
pick
before
you
you
up.
even have time to react, Adwin just grabs him, and yeets him across the room. And
Wait! Ah! Oh, God.
And successfully throws you up to the level, not to the direct area. You just get thrown. I'm going to get you to make an acrobatics check to see if you can land upon arrival.
This is great.
You land
Wow, that was a
perfectly without
critical
taking any
success.
injury. You just deftly
Flip in the air.
land,
Flip in the air.
Landing.
deftly land on the shelf above.
Superhero landing.
You shouted at Wiley, didn't you?
Yes.
One of the monks turns, walks towards you.
What are you doing in here?
Hey, sir, sorry. This man, he's been chasing me. My dad sent me to pay the tithe, and he saw me with the money in the alley, and he's been chasing me this whole way.
Make a Make a persuasion check. Make a deception check.
That's not true at all.
Challenge level 3.
Hey, just look at him.
What do you mean, just look at me? Just look at him. That's my defense as far as that goes.
He's like,
You boys are lying to me.
Destiny roll of 11.
of 11.
Now, tell me why you're really here.
Well, we want to be closer to God. And this seemed like the room in which you fine monks seem to think that's the place to do it. That's a persuasion, I guess. I say earnestly, badly. It's a critical foul. I say that looking like, I guess I don't seem like I believe in God at all or something. I don't know.
Adwin looks left and right at you two. And then it's just like, we broke in. And then he's like, oh! And he starts like bustling you out. Children! Damn children! Never want them! Never want anything to do with them! And these monks are very loud and angry. There's no serene monks that you've seen so far.
As we're being bustled out, I take one last look in the room and see if there's any sort of like way to sort of, if there's like a ceiling sort of walkway or entry or something to climb on, or just something that I could work my way back in out of sight or something. I don't know.
Destiny roll. There is not. It's up.
Is it just the one monk?
There's two more in the room.
What's
But the one monk bustling you, yes.
Is there a window?
No, this is like a vault.
So
being bustled
we're
away.
being bustled away by an old man.
By a fat, middle-aged man. Not old. The first one was really old. This
Is there any
one's
way to get our
very
wands
fat.
out without him seeing?
He'd probably see you doing it. He's directly bustling. I mean, you could do it. He'd just see you pull a stick out.
Might be a bad idea, but we could totally put him out of action. I think desperate times. We found the artifact. I think we just got to get it and get out. That thing you did to me at the plant. What do you think?
Fuck it. Yeah. Why not?
Petrificus Totalis.
Petrificus Totalis.
Okay, challenge level, grown-ass man 3.
Oh god. Fail.
Success.
My rolls today.
Oh, that was bad. There was one, so it wasn't critical fail.
No.
But do you try?
Well, I'd have to see that this
Yeah,
failed
yeah.
first.
Alright. Can I get you to make I'll say a sleight of hand check. Dexterity sleight of hand. Challenge level's only 1. But equal, he wins.
One.
Okay. So as you do that, he's just like, what nonsense! And he goes out and he grabs your wand and then pulls it out of your hand. And then he just keeps bustling you while holding your wand. Don't wave that stick at me!
Petrificus Totalis.
Are you going to do it too?
Yeah.
Okay, it's challenge level 3, and you're not trained in this one. He's trained in it.
2. I'll use a destiny point. Barely pulled that one off.
Destiny roll. Okay.
17.
You can hear some rousings in the rooms around you that you've made some level of notice, but it sounds like they're in the way that you think like your pets made a noise. They're going to get up and check, but they're not like rushing into the room. So you've got
can I take my
you've got
wand
a few
back?
moments.
I was going to say,
Do they go completely stiff or like?
I think they do.
Rigid?
They petrify.
Yes. So you can make a.
So they can be moved.
Roll.
Can they like? They can be dragged,
roll.
but can they be?
Yeah, they can.
Can you open their hands?
Because
and stuff?
when Hermione gets petrified by the basilisk in book 2, she has a piece of paper crumpled in her hand.
they take it out?
They unfold her hand to take out the paper.
That's not the same as the spell though.
But it's
No.
still petrification.
It's two different things.
I think it's like the Neville Longbottom. Just
he turns into a plank. and
Why are
walks.
you arguing for this?
Because I
No,
think it's
well,
two
just
different
'cause
things.
yeah.
Because the whole thing with the basilisk is that they saw it and that like paralyzed them with fear or something.
it's
It's like a
frozen in
weird.
place.
Petrification.
No, it's a different thing.
No,
Are you talking about
clearly
getting
say
his wand
petrification.
out of the hand?
Yeah, that's what he wants to do. I just said you'd have to make. I was saying you have to make a strength check.
Yeah,
See if you can
I-
prise his
I think
fingers
that's
up.
fair.
What's challenge level 2?
Fuck me, I'm not strengthy.
Haha, child!
2.
You succeed. You
Cool.
managed to prise his fingers off your wand and get it back.
Then I quickly bolt back to
What?
the room.
I'm like,
Riley was
no,
saying.
come back! And I start trying to push
Riley,
this.
what are you doing? You should think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
What's Riley doing?
Yeah, you're on the
I'm
shelf. You're
I'm on the
tiny.
shelf.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to get the snitch.
Cool.
Oh,
The what? Sorry.
The golden
The
ball.
golden egg. The golden egg of archery.
Sorry,
It's called. You go over to it.
Yep, pick it up.
Make a strength check.
It's as big as you.
Challenge level 2.
Square cube law.
Challenge level strength.
He's smaller, so he's stronger.
Not necessarily.
Square cube law.
Let's just
They
keep
can
it.
lift more than their own body weight. That's how it works.
It's Dave's world to put the laws in. 1.
This is physics.
And then I'll, since I failed that,
I think the physics would probably apply differently on a small person. I don't know.
I'll pull out and drink my strength potion.
Hell yeah!
Way!
Destiny roll. Yeah! You're imbued with strength.
You have a strength potion? God damn,
You're
man.
tiny and
You got
just like
stopped.
and then you just lift this thing up.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's a sphere of pure gold, so it weighs a lot. Because his body weight would only be like...
I assume that I consumed all of that.
Yeah, you chug this, and now you can lift it. You're lifting the orb. What are you doing?
Well, when I was flying across the room, I didn't see any other exits, right? You said it's a vault. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, I'm just like slowly making my way back around.
How are you going to get down?
Well, I have
Got
to
strength. Jump. Use your strength. Strengthy legs to...
All right. What are you two doing?
I ran back into the room that the other two monks were
I'm like,
in.
where are you going? Come back! And I'm trying to roll in by myself.
The two monks turn.
Help us, your mates collapsed in the hallway.
Make a persuasion check.
It's not, he's true. I'm telling the truth, he collapsed in the hallway.
Okay. They stand up. That's still persuasion. It's not. I didn't say deception. I said make a persuasion.
Yeah, you're trying
check.
to convince them that this happens.
Because you also these people weren't dead. They've been listening.
Critical success.
These people aren't dead. They were there listening to the conversation the guy had with you, trying to bustle the boys out of the room.
Yeah.
And now they're like, okay, he's not BSing us, and they hop up and run out, and they're like, well, don't stand about. Go help. Come. And they drag you with them to go to the body, and they're all around him, like, trying to help him. Leaving you. And I'm going to say Adwin comes with, but you managed to, slip away.
But back away during the bustle, and I, peek back into the room. I'm assuming to see a little...
Probably see me with...
Are you about to jump off?
Yeah.
Do I
see him before I do it?
Yeah, he pops into the entrance.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm, waving it around, yelling, but I don't know if he hears me.
So,
yeah, he doesn't hear me.
You say I don't hear him.
no. I rolled a destiny and got a 4.
Because his voice is too small.
He's just too small. Otherwise, I would have get you to make perception, but it's like a little...
Would strength strengthen his vocal muscles?
No.
Is it possible to just jump
Stop
down
begging.
shelf to shelf? Is that a...
Yeah? I'm going to get you to
I'm
make
gonna
a
try.
destiny roll.
Okay.
Beforehand. This is important.
For...
As soon as you jump off the first shelf, wings burst from the small thing that you're carrying, and it goes and just shoots out into the middle of the room. Make a athletics check.
Yeah.
You can count as having 3 strength for this check, though.
Okay.
Oh,
so that's 3 strength plus
base 3, and then any training in athletics,
which is what? So how many dice?
so
is
you
that?
you get 7 dice.
Cool.
And challenge level for holding onto this is going to be probably 4. 4!
Nice!
You hold on to the archery target as it flits around the room wildly, and you're just hanging on.
Love it.
What are you doing?
I see this golden ball flying in the air and a tiny Wily clinging onto it. Akio Wily!
Make a casting check. It's going to be challenge level probably 4 because he's a moving
and I've got
target.
no more destiny points. Let's see how this goes. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
No!
You just cast it twice and miss. Although you don't even need to target it. You just pull it to you, but it doesn't come because I guess you called it the wrong thing. And you flit around the room. Liam.
Is there anything I can do for him? Do we need water?
One of them runs off to go get water. At that, and then they're like, "No, we're helping him. He's alive. He's just not responding."
He called out before he collapsed.
Whoa, 4. What was that for? Perception?
And there is a thunk, and the monk just collapses onto the other one as Adwin with her wooden sword just over the back of his head.
Oh my god.
And then he's like, "I dealt with him." Should we go help the others? Come on.
Aye, let's go.
Alright. Meanwhile,
She like roughly grabs you and starts pushing you in that direction.
Meanwhile, I grab the broom in the corner of the room.
4 successes on an unarmed man. Yep.
I grab the broom in the corner of the room.
There isn't one.
Come on, yes, there is!
18. There is a broom.
There's a broom
in the room.
Oh my god.
And I cast.
You know what? No, there's not a broom. But you know what there is?
What?
Because it feels more right. There's like one of those really long poles with the candlesticks on them for like a religious ceremony.
Okay, all
It's
right.
basically going to function the same.
All right, I grab that, throw the candles off of it in a way that aren't going to burn
off
things.
candles, yeah.
I hold it
They're not on
underneath
fire,
me.
they were unlit, but
Yeah,
anyway.
okay. I hold it underneath me, and I cast Wingardium Leviosa on the candlestick holder thing underneath.
Challenge level 4.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It levitates slightly off the ground while you're concentrating on it.
And I'm just trying to keep it levitating further up so I can reach up and grab the flying golden.
You managed to get like 2 foot, and then I'm going to say you make a destiny roll, and then if you get higher than a 11, you can attempt to grab him.
12!
You do. Make an athletics check to attempt to grab him.
So freaking close. Can I make a grapple/grab check? Yes.
Grip.
Grip, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Gripple.
Yeah. Okay, what's the challenge level?
Moving target. It's going to be pretty high. I'm going to say a 4.
1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Can Wiley assist
can
me?
assist you.
Yeah.
You can use anything that you can justify to me to assist.
I'm
get-
gonna try and grab the snitch's wing.
Yep.
So golden egg's wing,
Strength athletics to try and like make it not be able to fly as well.
and then
So
I
what's
still
this
get
golden
my-
snitch? Yeah, you still got
Yeah.
3 strength, so it's 7 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes, which adds 1 to you, which means you succeed.
Oh, we're like
And Nicholas just grabs the golden
between
ball
the tips of my fingers
and
while-
pulls you down. Just as Liam and Adwin run into the room.
Quick, we gotta get out of here. This crazy bro just knocked a night at Monk House.
Who are you calling crazy?
You! You just hit him with a bloody stick.
Uh-oh. 6. Bad for...
She swings a stick at you.
Oh, no. Like...
Like, not super violently, but like swats
Okay.
at you with it. You can try and dodge out of the way if you want. Otherwise, you're just going to get swatted in the way that kids smack each other with things.
I'll take it.
You're just like, don't call me crazy.
Don't do crazy things.
Guys, we got the artifact! Run! And I throw Wiley in my pocket and peg it. We're like running through the cathedral.
And it's a chorus of like, whoa, whoa, and all these monks are just like looking up and they're scribing papers. You run past and there's a chorus of giggles as you see a bunch of like Muggle students learning how to read and write, like pop their heads against the things and peek their heads out of the doors, and they're laughing at like the monks getting bowled over and dropping things as you all bustle out of the church and back to the entrance, where an aged man leaning on a stick with a beard says,
Our children. Children, this way. To be safe this way.
Who is it?
you don't recognize them. And but he winks at you like really, really obviously.
Knowing.
And there is a ruby glint on the hilt of his staff.
All right.
Hey, lead the
Follow
way.
them along.
And he leads you basically back down to the storeroom that you came from. And then once he's inside, the door slams, and almost with the slam, there's this like ripple of magic, and Godric is standing next to you. He just
Yeah.
It's gonna be
disguised
rubbing my
himself.
face where I got clocked.
You've got like a welt there.
Yeah.
Hold hands!
Wait.
Wait.
Well, wait. Wiley wasn't holding it, but he's in my pocket.
And you
so-
all arrive back at Hogwarts, successfully recovering the magical archery target, the only one of its kind.
Love it. We make it back. Sir, I say, once we arrive back and things are getting settled, and I pull Wiley out of my pocket, holding him in my hand. I'm like,
Hello.
we had a shrinking potion. We don't have a growing potion. Do you happen to know where we can...
No matter. Potions are temporary affairs, usually.
Oh.
And your parents don't strike me as talented enough to make them permanent. No offense, boy.
You can't talk. I mean, you could, you won't.
Yeah. Yeah, you literally, no one can hear your voice.
So
is so
high
soft.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, kind of a bit angry, like having to go at him. Oh, my parents.
Well, no, you know what?
12.
No, I'm going to say even with the 12 is low enough that you can't even understand him. You hear like the peanuts noise, like womp, 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 as Gryffindor's talking. And 2 days later, you grow back to your regular size in your sleep.
I want to know what is. I feel like there's a separate one shot in those 2 days, like
Wily's
the adventures of Wily the Shrunken Wizard.
First you had Tiny Merlin, but have you heard of really Tiny Wily?
I love it. Okay, cool.
Weeks pass.
I describe what happened to Sir Godric, and sort of think it might be a fun game, like catching this flying ornament on some sort of stick that levitates.
Ridiculous! It is an archery target. I don't want to hear any more of this nonsense.
Right.
All right, and weeks pass, and the next day of particular note is Liam telling me something.
I personally feel like Gryffindor should get a -5 points
Why?
because I got hit with a stick.
Who are you saying that to?
You.
What? Yeah, but he didn't
No one
say
else
that.
saw
I
that.
came back nursing a red raw mark on my
Could have
face.
been from the
And
monk
he was
or
3
anything.
inches tall. Gryffindor doesn't care. Have I not kind of sold Gryffindor as completely neglectful and not perceptive?
Rude.
No, Gryffindor is like, in this day and age, it's like, and you got a bruise. Big deal. Come to me if your limb is missing. More like, valorous and chivalrous. Adwin, you successfully convinced your companions to action. All right, so 2 weeks later.
I feel cut.
Well, if he'd seen it, it might have been different. But just like the sword, he doesn't seem to pay much attention. So, the next class of interest is you are sitting in potions class. Students, today is the first day. I shall have you creating a potion of any merit. You, of course, have learnt in the first semester on safely preparing and procuring ingredients. And you now must prepare a potion of actual importance. You must make this potion to cure fever and nausea. You must use 2 strands of silk of the great spider. You must use reagents, this traditional base, a cup of diced Wesselworts, a drop of foxglove oil. You must use this small vial. You must use a crushing method on the garlic infusion. That's for flavor, of course. Now, you have the instructions in your books. Proceed. And then he leans back and starts brewing something on his own.
Okay.
And you all in the class begin.
As individuals? Or
Yeah, everyone as an individual begins to produce potions.
Cool. We roll.
Cool.
Just a standard magic
So,
proficiency check.
yeah, make a potion making proficiency check. Do you have a proficiency?
I don't actually have proficiency.
I guess your parents didn't teach you very much
So,
yet.
in which case, is it just the base 3 plus attributes?
It's just base 3 plus intelligence, and the challenge level is 2. It's not, it requires some level of skill as you start preparing the regions to the basics.
Liam. Nothing.
Cool.
Critical fail. One. Oh, the potion.
You two are having a hard time. You're struggling on. It's just you're so new to all this, and it's the preparation. It's like you're trying to prepare the ingredients properly, and you get one wrong, and you have to get more ingredients and keep chopping it up.
It's usually all prepared for me.
And there's some mockery, and it seems like only probably a quarter of the class have managed so far to be doing well. And you'd say that's Merlin, Morgana, Liam, and one of the other students that you haven't met, or you've met obviously, but we're leaving some characters unnamed just in case we come back to it and we want to have other guests.
Yeah, of course.
And one of the other students. So And you haven't... Yeah, you're just pushing along. And maybe 10, 15 minutes pass. And then I'm going to get you all to make perception checks. Challenge level 2.
2. 3. 3.
Oops.
4 to Wiley.
Wiley is the first to notice anything when he is over collecting more ingredients to
Start.
I don't want to say, but to redo some of his potion making. He hears soft whispering between Morgan and one of her female friends. And there's a slight giggle, and then one of them heads over towards Merlin. At this time, so you haven't noticed any of that. At this time, Liam notices that one of the girls walks over to Merlin and starts softly talking to him, asking him, "Oh, I'm struggling so much with my potion. Please, you look like you're doing so well. Can you help me with mine? Come on." And Merlin's like, oh, of course. I'd be happy to help you. Anyone who's struggling, I'm willing to help. And he hops over, and the two bustle over to the other girl's stand. To this point, that Nicholas notices, the three of you are all now fully aware, notices that Morgan walks over to Merlin's potion stand and taps her wand a couple of times against the side of his cauldron, and then walks back to her desk.
Merlin taps his
Morgan taps
her wand on
Merlin's cauldron and then wanders off. Back to Morgana. I keep saying Morgan.
I look around after I noticed that, and just to see if I catch anyone else having noticed that at the same time.
These two seem to be watching, but no one else.
So I make eye contact. I like, what do your expressions say?
I just instantly say something. What does tapping a wand on a
Quiet
do?
in my class, please. I'm working.
Oh. But sir, ma'am?
So
10 points from Hufflepuff for disturbing the peace.
poor Hufflepuff are really doing hard with their points.
I'm gonna scurry over to Merlin.
Mm-hmm.
Merlin, Morgan just tapped your thing with her wand, and
I don't know. I don't know what that could mean. I'm just and the girl he's with, and he can roll to counter. I'm just rolling with my own NPCs for a bit. She's like, "No, Merlin, just go away, Wiley, go away," and then kind of pushes you away, and then almost forcibly gets Merlin. It's like, "No, help me with this. I need help," and distracts him a bit further.
you're so rude.
Yeah, well, some of them are.
They're playing some sort of game. Don't like that lot. You saw that, didn't you, Liam? I mean, there's foul play.
I shake my head and go back to my work.
Well, what
You
do we
did see
do?
that?
Yeah, I did. I saw that. They're trying to muck up Merlin.
A couple of minutes pass with you being kind of unable to do a whole lot of anything. And I'm going to get the two of you to make rolls for your potions again.
Challenge level.
Challenge level is 2 still.
Oh, finally
second
made
Jada
it.
got it this time, and I did not.
Okay. So, half an hour passes. Pretty much the whole class as you bubble, you brew, you broth. Make a perception check, challenge level 3. This is just for Nicholas.
2, 3, 4. Challenge level 3, which I fail.
Okay, awesome. So the class continues, and all it seems none the wiser. And at about half an hour later, everyone has successfully brewed their potions. They're all sitting in front of them, bubbling, ready to go. And Slytherin stands up and says, "Are you all quite finished?"
Yes.
Yes.
There's a chorus of yeses. Well, take a vial and fill it. You fill a vial from your cauldrons. Now, drink your potions. Knock it back.
I look at Merlin and I say, Do you want to swap? There's something wrong with yours. I'll take one for the team.
That's 3 successes.
Are you going to try and persuade him? That's just his perception.
Yeah.
Okay. Beat 4.
Because I'm just sort of assuming I don't know I've failed my potion, but I know someone's meddled with his.
3 successes. You're very convincing, and he's like... He looks at you, looks at your potion. I'm going to get Liam. I'm going to say Liam has done well enough consistently that he knows that the only person in the room that's potion is obviously wrong is Nicholas's. And in a moment, you look at Merlin and you see this exchange quietly happening. And Merlin looks at Nicholas, who's like, we should swap potions, looks down at it and kind of gives like that, his expression like softens as in like the... I'm going to take one for the team. And then he's like, okay. I'm sure yours is
This could go
excellent.
so badly.
And then he swaps potions with you. And then he just kind of like closes his eyes and squints slightly and drinks Nicholas Plod's potion.
I have no idea what's going to happen, but I'd drink Merlin's potion knowing someone's messed with it.
Okay, you bravely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really should be a Gryffindor. Okay. A little bit of time passes. Merlin starts to go pale. Nicholas, your throat tightens up and his skin starts to swell.
I knew it. I look at Merlin, I'm like, they did something to your potion. You didn't do it.
He's starting to really, really struggle. Merlin just like looks like he's got a mild fever and he like leans down on his table just looking sick. But you look magically sick.
Yeah.
And you're starting to like twist and feel very sick. And Slytherin, at this stage, a bunch of the students have left the class, like the ones that had already succeeded. He's like, oh, this is all happening in the sidelines. And he's like, yes, you may go, you may go.
Is what's happening with Merlin something that a potion should cure?
Yes, it's a potion to cure fever.
Can I get a vial of my potion and give it to him if I see him in discomfort?
Yes, you may.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Cool. And you pour that to Merlin, and Merlin drinks it, and he seems to recover. Slowly, the colour comes back to his cheeks. He's, thank you. Thank you, Liam. It was kind. My potion doesn't seem to be working quite the way it was intended to.
I did tell you something happened.
That was brewed badly, but yours, Merlin, was brewed criminally. I am loath to do it, but I will have to take 10 points from my own house. Unless...
I can tell you why.
Liam, you can brew another one and redeem us.
Oh, I can give it a crack, sir.
And he's not into. He's just ignoring you. Like, he's actually just ignoring you. You are like, I can tell you why. And he's like,
Redeem my choices there, Liam. Brew another one, just the same.
but oh no. Oh no. You need to collect the ingredients. So
Okay.
tell me there, Liam. What, besides the basic reagents, are the key ingredients to this potion? Would you like the list of ingredients you can pick from?
Yes.
Here are the ingredients you can pick from. Infusion of wormwood, flubberworm mucus, aconite, asphodel, dittany, dragon blood, molly, wigan tree bark, moon dew, salamander blood, sloth brain mucus, spine of loonfish, wesselwarts, bones, flitterby moth, fox glove, bouncing bulbs, and spider's silk.
How many are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No, how many do I need to pick?
3. There were 3 major ingredients. They were listed to you at the start of the class.
Whistlewort?
You
Spider
grab the
silk.
whistlewort. You grab the spider silk. You two can help. He's struggling.
I really,
if you remember.
No, I would want to. I actually want him to succeed here. But
I knew Rob, after like the third ingredient, Rob was like, I gotta write it down, and he started.
Yeah, but I missed the first two.
Yeah.
I think one of them was silk something.
It's the spider silk already.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's one of two of them, but I'm not sure.
I thought it was
what was your?
What was the?
What have you got so far?
Whistlewort and spider silk.
What was it? What are your other options?
Well, you've just thrown me.
Imagine me turning the actual Hogwarts. For the final class, I wanted to make it a quiz.
Damn.
Yeah, all the other house teachers are like the adventures into the forest and out into the Abbey.
It's a quiz.
Pop quiz.
It's a quiz.
No.
Adventure.
This was the dark villain all along.
What did you think it was?
Pop quiz.
It was one of the.
Yeah, you were specifically like add a dark villain. I'm like,
I forgot the.
I have, but
You said it like Aka
It's
something.
a pop quiz.
we're halfway through.
Yeah.
I mean,
Started with A,
we're not.
I think.
There's not more content.
Do you have any memory of them?
Like the video to see the extra content.
No.
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
What was the list again? Because Jeremy said one that started with like Aka or something.
I think that rings a bell for me, so I'd go with that.
The third one down,
Aconite.
I think. Or is it the one underneath it?
Asphodel? Did you get Asphodel?
Asphodel, isn't it? I'm confident in the two I have.
Or is it dragon blood?
No, it's not dragon blood.
Slothbrain mucus.
Don't think.
Nah.
I don't like. Dave, stop making faces.
Salamander blood. I'm just reading the list things, and I think you just need to do your best.
I wish I'd written them down sooner.
Come on. Snake fangs, bones, flitter by moth, bouncing bob, fox glove.
Flitted by moth.
Flitter by moth? Okay, and you get to your table, and how do you prepare them, and in what quantities?
Oh, really?
You just have a pile of ingredients.
Can you let him make a character intelligence check?
Yeah, have a look at
No.
that. Have a look
Really?
at that. What
He
about
has to
the
remember the quiz.
perception?
This is class.
That's so mean.
This, just like the education system, I'm going to judge all of your merits based on your ability to retain one specific piece of information I briefly told you to retain earlier in the session.
Oh, man.
And that's it. Your whole academic life stems
Great.
on this one arbitrary
It's
test.
a cup of whistlewort.
And I'm going to give you diced. You dice the Wesselworts, and you have a cup of diced Wesselworts. That's correct.
I mean, if anyone's capable of this.
You
it's
look at your great spider silk. How many strands do you pluck?
2.
2 out of 3.
Really? No way!
Yeah.
And flitted by moth. Yeah?
You have flitter by moths.
It's not flitted by moth.
I'm not saying.
Fuck.
It's not for the
Slytherin
bombers,
watches
It's
on.
not, you can tell by the way you said it.
but that would be metagaming.
Why is this the most fun I'm having all session?
Can you go back to the table?
We can't. That would be
I'm
metagaming.
kidding.
No, you-
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can I look? There's nothing left on my preparation bench. Because I finished early. I would have been studying.
Yeah, you cleared it all up. That's your problem. You packed all your stuff away. You were so good.
Fuck it. The wings of the flitted by moth.
Okay, and you plucked them in. There's boiling bubbling.
And garlic.
For flavour.
And garlic for flavor. There's boiling and bubbling. Well, that's why I introduced the ingredients and then rambled for 5 minutes and then went back to you making the potions so you'd forget them. There's bubbling brewing, and eventually you create a potion that is the wrong colour, and you know immediately that it's not right.
Fucking flitted by
I guess you'll need more in the way of education. So, Liam, has plodding around with Nicholas brought you down to his level then? And Wiley, supposedly you're from a family of potion makers. You've all disappointed me. So... Oh, you, yes. And he waves his wand and, almost flicks it to the side, and a little potion flitters across and you grab it. You're very rapidly cured of your condition. Does
Sorry,
anyone know the final ingredient?
Was it?
aconite.
That would be metagaming.
What was it?
Is it
A drop
aconite?
of foxglove oil.
That was my other one.
Oh no!
Rob, did you get really upset when you got 99% on tests at school? I'm assuming you got 99% on tests at school.
Okay. Come on.
That was impressive.
Did you get upset when you got 99% on tests at school?
I never got 99% on a test.
What, always 100?
No.
Okay.
But
That's
I have
impressive. That was
I
very
have gotten
impressive.
100 on a test before, and I never stop bragging about it.
He's left. He's gone.
I got
He's
100
apparated out
I
of
got
the.
110% on the test before. Best
Did you?
result I ever got in my life.
That's impressive.
I have results.
110%.
Oh.
That's like magic.
I had answers that were
They had
giving me
bonus questions.
official exam results.
No, all good. The one.
I am
test.
actually really annoyed because, like, I literally wrote it down as, like, when you went to the list, I wrote Wesselwart, Flitterby, Foxglove, Spider.
Yep.
And then I went with...
Yeah, because I only verbally named like 5 things, but then I knew at the end the idea was that you'd get up to the ingredient table and you'd see the full array of ingredients, and you were meant to be like, oh, well, it's one of the ones that got signed. Anyway, with potions class done, the rest of your weeks in Hogwarts move on with joy and excitement, fun. All
Keep
the
an eye
merriment.
on that Morgan.
But, yeah, Morgana's almost taken a slightly dark turn, and some people don't seem to mind. However, there is an interesting thing happening where she definitely doesn't seem to be favoured by Slytherin. And it seems questionable as to why she was never in Slytherin in the first place. She's definitely courageous, but she definitely feels like a better fit for Slytherin. But you don't know. You haven't asked. You haven't figured it out yet. But over the coming weeks, I'm actually going to get you guys to roll on behalf 1d6 on behalf of your
1d6.
class.
Okay.
Your house, sorry.
House. Well, yeah, you go first.
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff.
40 points for Hufflepuff accumulated in the next few months.
80, 90, 100, 110 total. All right. Slytherin. You may go first? All right.
Actually, you know what I should do?
What?
Destiny rolls. Higher or lower for Hufflepuff. Higher. So you're in Slytherin? Lower. Roll your d6. Slytherin loses 10 points. Over
That's good, though.
Yeah,
so
you
it
rolled the
wasn't-
best possible
I
roll.
wasn't-
So your destiny roll is... So our roll is the
Higher, lower
amount
for-
of points.
Higher
Okay.
and lower for Ravenclaw.
Wait, why did I lose
Lower.
points?
Because it's not you, it's your whole house
Yeah.
over the months. So you go lower, so
no, it still
Ravenclaw is losing how many points?
10.
No, you roll your d6.
Oh, Ravenclaw is... Oh, you
It's
rolled
your
if it's
house.
higher or lower.
Ravenclaw loses 50 points.
No! No!
Gryffindor
Do you have a
loses.
destiny point? Do you have a destiny point?
No.
Gryffindor loses 20 points.
So 100. So the winner is Hufflepuff!
Rob is so cut about
I feel
that.
like Tiny Wiley's performance this episode earned the crap out of winning the first ever.
So we reach the final feast, and Gryffindor comes up for... Well, all the teachers go up for a speech, but Gryffindor heads it. This year has been an adventure, a journey, and one of learning for our apprentices, but also for us. We would like to further remind you that whilst you're privileged with the tutorship of magic, your behavior of late has been somewhat unacceptable, with the exception of Hufflepuff's students, who have maintained the highest standard.
It's because everyone's been losing points.
Everyone lost a bunch of points. Everyone's basically started misbehaving towards the end of the year.
Well, can I get a chance to maybe try and spike Morgana's drink with a love potion?
What, during the feast?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that after the speech. Gryffindor, next year, we have made some decisions. We will each be taking on another apprentice, bringing you all to 16 students.
Wow.
They will be as accomplished as you, taken from advanced and skilled students. And they will join us here at the academy.
So, the basic thing is, this is still more like a tutorship program. It's not big enough yet.
Yeah.
So there's not a second year of students. The first year is just going to get bigger. Yeah, but they'll be second year students. Now, from the speech, he warns you that, well, I should just do it in character.
I warn you that as time progresses and our academy grows, we must be ever vigilant for the vicious predations of ignorant muggles pushing in on the sanctuary we wish to create. And once more, as of a few weeks ago, I remind students that the woods are off limits without teachers' supervision.
Going forth, I'd like you to all to remember to look out for one another, says Ravenclaw. We might be of different teachers, but we're of one spirit, to come forth and bring great things to the wizarding community.
And with that, enjoy your feast.
And to your academic excellence. Slytherin raises a glass. And everyone toasts to the end of a good year and many new things to come.
3 cheers for Hogwarts! Hip hip!
Hooray!
Does anyone join in?
Hip hip hooray, says Merlin. And Wiley, do you have anything you wish to add while everyone's swilling cups together?
Yeah. I want to try and...
Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand check.
Is it sleight of hand check?
So, have we mentioned you have a love potion? Of the potions you have, I feel like you should come clean as to all the potions you have.
I have a love potion, I have a truth serum, and I still have the aging potion is the other one. I guess.
So 3 total now. But you've used
and
strength
a fart
and shrinking.
potion.
And a fart potion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I
Look
should-
at that face of glee right there.
Or should I do the fart potion on it?
What do you want to do?
Destiny dice.
Let the dice decide.
Yeah.
Below
higher
10 or
go-
below is a fart.
Okay.
It's a fart! Oh, God.
Alright.
Okay.
What a
Oh,
way to
sleight of
end the
hand.
year.
Sleight
Sleight of hand check.
with for my character.
Challenge level 3.
Oof. Let's see how this goes. 3! No, 2!
I wish I had a destiny, I would have totally used it.
Who are you trying to use this on?
Morgan.
Morgana. You attempt to slip a potion into Morgana's drink. She grabs your wrist and puts her thumb and her thumbnail into your skin and presses it in viciously. And she twists your arm.
I'm sorry.
And then she says,
sorry.
and then she takes the potion out of your hand
sorry.
and says, oh, that's fine. And then while she's holding your hand, she pours it directly into your drink, lifts hers and says, cheers, and lets go of you.
I dropped my drink.
You drop your drink. Destiny roll. Okay. It hits the table, clatters, and then with a wave of her wand, she pushes the liquid up off the table back into the cup and writes it, and then says, "You appear to have dropped that, Wiley. Now, our toast to Hogwarts, was it? And a wonderful school year ahead."
Cheers.
And she cheerses you. Do you drink?
She's drinking it.
She's drinking.
She's drinking.
Are you drinking? You're under heavy duress. How are you going to get out of it if you don't drink?
Alright.
You drink?
Some, not a lot.
The drink passes your lips. There is a gurgle. A grumble. And to a chorus of children's laughter. As Wiley begins his flatulent evening.
Does Morgana?
No.
What she just? Oh, because
She
he
poured
didn't
his
pour
potion
it.
back in his drink and drank her own drink. And she just watches with a grin as Violet sits there awkwardly farting.
Might
a way to end
might have been more awkward if it was the love potion.
What an awkward. Yeah, actually. What a way to end Hogwarts First Class farting.
With a cheer and a fart. Which really, I think, summarises our mini campaign here.
A cheer and a fart? I do.
We were farting around and we all had a lot of cheerful times.
Does Liam have anything you want to add to the end before of the first year?
Since that abysmal moment in the potions class where he failed in front of Slytherin and
he
his
looks so
compatriots,
sad.
he's doubled down on his study, refusing to let that
Oh my god.
You're becoming a mega book
ruthless.
nerd. That's good.
But it's like, it's nerdiness in pursuit of being the best.
But it's also, it's good because in a way, narratively, I can see that nerdiness taking your focus away from interest in being part of a clique, which in a way is separating you from Morgana.
Because they're all
and her
about
influence.
fitting in and doing the things.
Yes, whereas you're like more like, but
I'm
study.
going to win, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
then actually, if you win and you're surrounded by people who may be better intentioned, you're probably naturally, hopefully, going to gravitate towards a more allied position if we come back and
If
keep
we
playing.
come back to year 2.
I think that's
there
up
is
to you
There
guys.
is a nasty person in
What's
this.
that? Do we have a number? Do we have a like number? Maybe we should have a like number
I think it's just a view number.
for you. Okay.
Just gotta see if it gets good reception.
When all Hogwarts episodes have over,
50?
I was going to say 10,000.
Over 50
Oh, so 50
views.
combined.
50 combined.
50,000 combined.
I guess if the first one has like a
That'll
lot,
show us
or 10,000,
Each.
minimum 10,000, which is this episode.
arbitrary numbers.
Yeah.
It's not really that relevant. If
Just
if you guys
like
show
and
us that you love it,
subscribe. Yeah.
subscribe. If we notice that there's a lot of love for it in fan art, in comments, in
I
Discord
think
and
once we
everything.
commit to a year 2, it's sort of a commitment to more. Like as you do the sequel, it's like
It's not.
Really?
We can just do a
Yeah.
If you're watching in the distant future and we've done all 7 years and this video has 2 million views,
Yay.
humble beginnings.
fucking love it.
What do you think of Rob's beard? What do you think of Rob's beard in 2025?
It's a lot browner and
It's a
You know.
it's a lot more like Hagrid's than I thought it would be. But hey, if he went in that direction,
yeah.
Got a very similar.
I'm asking.
We
the
all used to
future.
be so young and vibrant.
For some reason, there's a scar
You
across
just
your
look
foot.
so old today.
It's one extra
Doesn't she
year
look
just
tired?
on my face. Speaking of, because I was wished happy birthday from patrons, I want
Were
to
you?
thank patrons. I was ready. Check it out. Well, Professor X 1718. Thank you. But thank you. Happy birthday, Jazz.
Happy birthday, Jazz.
But not just me.
Happy birthday, $2. Happy birthday, Gobi.
Thank you, the Dark Fox.
AJ Macy.
Kieran on.
We all cut Jeremy off.
Brooklyn K.
There
You do
go.
too.
Karen Wen.
How come no one can say that name? It's just
And
it's
happy
just-
birthday, Jasmine.
Oh, thank you.
Is-
Thanks, Rob.
It's school. Karen Wan.
Thank you all so much
And
for
thank
watching.
you to all our patrons.
You've done an amazing job narrating it, bringing
You know
the
what?
spirit of Hogwarts and the world, wizarding world.
It's been joyous sitting on this side of the table and watching you flounder about in the world of magic.
Oh, man.
Dave can narrate something not dark.
Except for
Is
that
this the-
final bit.
What, the fart?
Yeah, that was horrible. Oh, it was so dark.
man.
Do, do.
It was a green cloud in the air of Hogwarts.
Oh, it got vile.
If I was to make a farting potion magically, that would be one of the subtle effects, but it would also make it green. It would be my one thing is I'd want to be visible
yeah,
fart.
like the Sims clouds.
100%.
Thank you all so much for watching. This was a lot of fun, and maybe we'll see you in future episodes. Maybe by the time you watch this, we saw you in future episodes. In which case, thank you for showing your support now by smashing that like button. In the meantime,
Thank you.
And may all your Jeremy's outros be filled with Jeremy, not me.
Finite.
You meant to speak when I
leave
say that.
Jeremy's got this.
Bye. What? Oh. Thank you and goodbye, Finnicus.